Beatskillz Rekraft is here. It's a 5-in-1 lo-fi module with some unique features up its sleeve. I'm going to give you a quick overview, so let's jump right in. Recraft comes with over 200 presets, so let's check some out. What I've been loving about Recraft is it's able to instantly add this nostalgic and slightly mysterious character. It's incredibly powerful, but all the controls feel quite refined, so you don't often find yourself having to dial things back. So I'll start out with the most obvious things first. These are the 5 modules. You can order them however you like, and you can also bypass them individually too. The texture module has a drop-down menu full of ambiences, noises, and textures. So we've got this vinyl noise right now. So you can see we've got a bunch here, and you can also load in your own samples into the texture section if you like. I found this Metro Ride one that seemed to have elements that were in the same key as the keys that are playing. You can set envelope controls for your textures. So you've got a threshold point here in which the envelope is triggered, and then you've got attack, sustain, and release. You've also got the high and low pass filters on the right, and then this control on the left randomizes the behavior for each of the controls, and it does so for each module. So you can see everything starts to shake a little as it randomizes. Next up we have the crusher module. This has distortion and bit crushing built into one, and it can get pretty magical. It adds a really nice shimmer to the sound. So you can set your bit depth and sample rate for the bit crusher. Then you have 2 different distortion types, and you can dial in the amount here. Once again, you have your filters in the bottom right, but the real fun starts when you randomize. Motion gives you synced volume shaping, effectively tremolo. It can vary from slow and subtle to fast and pumping. You can also control the speed of the onset and release of the shapes. Tapemod is, as you might have guessed, a tape modulation emulator. You have both WoW and Flutter, and a range of rate and depth controls for both, which can become quite powerful quite quickly. And finally we have Reverb. Again, no prizes for guessing what this one does. You've got your pre-delay and reverb time controls here at the top. Then you have your damping and width in the middle. The damping can just be used to choke the high frequencies of the reverb a bit if you're looking for a darker sound. And with it all together, so let's go over some of the bonus features quickly too. We have a resizable window, which is always a nice feature. You also have input, output, and mix controls. You have this one knob compressor built in on the bottom left. You'll have to do your own makeup game with the output up here. Next up you have your high pass and low pass filters. And you also have this peak filter too, which can be used to seek and destroy any problematic frequencies, or it can be used to boost anything that you find particularly nice. And finally, you have the spatial expander in the bottom right, which has both crossover and width controls. It can also reduce the size of your sides right down to the signal being in mono, which is a handy utility to have, especially if you're working on any bass frequencies. So that's Beatskillz Rekraft. Let me know what you've been enjoying or what you're looking forward to trying out in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.